Hey there, empty nesters. It's Matthew and Lexi. Welcome back to our channel. Today we picked the top 5 things that you absolutely must do when you visit this amazing city of Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. Let's get started, babe.
Okay,
What's number 1?
Number 1 is the Castillo San Felipe de Morro. There's this amazing iconic fort that is there for you to visit. What can you tell us about the fort, babe? Because I'm really sucking at this one.
Well, we walked all over it, I'll tell you that. It's an incredible example of Spanish military architecture. It offers amazing ocean views. Like, we even hiked up there on top and looked over.
This is the first
and all
one
that
we went to, right?
No.
Oh, it's the second one. So yeah, it's this incredible fort that we walked all around when we were on our honeymoon. We got off the cruise ship and walked all over it.
We walked all around it.
And my feet were sunburnt and it was rough.
It was, yeah.
So, but what did we do this time?
So we walked all around on the inside of the fort this time.
Yep.
And what's really cool is you can actually pay your ticket to get in. Oh, and that ticket is good for both forts. So
there's
just
2 forts.
Hold on to your receipt. The views are amazing because it's right at the end. It's at the point of the whole kind of peninsula of Old San Juan.
There's some really amazing things that you want to not be sure to miss, like the century boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In fact, we even got a magnet from our honeymoon of the the rounded century boxes.
So the century boxes is one. And then what was the other fun thing that happened while we were there that we were not expecting?
They did a cannon blast. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but we happen to just have some favor, I guess. We were blessed, and we were actually leaving, and I ran into somebody that I sat next to on the airplane flight. I'm pretty good with faces, and he goes, well, they're shooting a cannon here at 1 o'clock, and I looked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like in 3 minutes. So we went and got a great spot right on, see the blast and everything.
It's a whole reenactment that they do. It's really cool. And speaking of reenactments, if
reenactment?
No, not reenactment.
Oh, that was a reference to the Boston video.
Okay.
Day 4, I think it was.
And the reenactment. Reenactment.
There you go. Speaking of reenactments, there's also some people hanging around from the 1800s still that will be happy to tell you their story.
That's right.
If you are so lucky. So.
I kind of love talking to people, so I stopped them and we got chatting it up. I think I got that on video. I don't know. We'll have to look. But
think you did.
It was fun. They were in period garb, as we say.
Period garb and...
We'll call it clothes. I think they were done.
Day 4. Anyway, it was great. Another cool feature is you can go up and wind up, and there's that lighthouse up there, which is really, really cool.
That's a really cool feature.
And it's extensive grounds and tunnels. That's another feature of both, right? They got these tunnels and so forth. So that was really cool.
Yep.
And
lots of photo op opportunities.
And it is a history lover's paradise. I do love to read all the plaques and the history and so on. So you will love it. So that brings us to number 2, babe. Why don't you lead us off? What's number 2?
Okay, so number 2 is we mentioned in one of our previous videos, it's the Distrito T-Mobile Center, which is super fun and great if you've got kids. So tell us.
Yeah, it is really good for kids. There were a ton of kids when we were there. They have movie screens, big screens, even the ceiling everywhere. I mean, it was like stuff was going on. I mean, it was like exhilarating to your mind and senses,
then there
right?
was like people going on zip lines all across the whole area, which was really cool.
And I think they, obviously they got multiple restaurants. We ate there and it was really, really good. Los Central, I think it was. But I think they have a Mexican type as well. And then they have different activities and live music. We didn't have any when we were there.
Not when we were there.
But they have live music. Yep. So it is kind of a destination place. I would somehow see if on the website if you could find out their schedule of activities or something of that nature. Yep. It is not in Old San Juan. I do want to clarify.
Just outside of it.
So it's outside Old San Juan and just around the bend.
It is walkable if you like to walk.
Yeah, not really. Not really. That's a whole other story. That's 24,000 steps later story.
Oh dear.
But I digress.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, and you can't forget about all the amazing dining and bars and live music and salsa dancing.
Yeah, I tried to get her to salsa. That was one of my things. Like, let's do salsa. She's like, no
I don't
way.
do salsa.
But anyway, they do live dancing. They have, movies. It's a pretty cool place, especially for kids. They will be entertained. There's a lot of great for people watching as well.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You can just sit there underneath the ginormous LED screen, and they've got these amazing lounge chairs and play area for kids, and you could just sit there and just watch for hours.
And what a bonus tip, what you could do is you could stay at the Aloft Hotel at Marriott. We did a review on the Aloft. You want to go over and check that out as well.
Yep.
But you could do these other 4 items in Old San Juan and then end your evening potentially at Distrito T-Mobile and Aloft Hotel and all that. So that's an idea for you. But let's carry on to number
what do we have next?
3.
Number 3. All right. Number 3 is the governor's mansion and the big red gate.
I know. We keep hearing about the big red gate.
I know. It's super cool. It's
What
super
is that all about, babe?
Well, the third spot is the governor's mansion, which unfortunately is not accessible to tourists. So, but it's also known as the La Fortaleza.
Yeah, you've been taking your Duolingo or whatever it is. How are we doing on that? Fortaleza.
Yeah, I can't still speak Spanish.
The governor's mansion, it's a very historic structure. In fact, it's the oldest executive mansion in the Americas.
All of the
Americas, dating back to the 16th century. That's pretty cool. I love history, so I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
I know, and the big red gate is like, it marks the entrance into San Juan, so it's like kind of an epic symbol.
It's like a symbol of San Juan's rich colonial history.
Yeah, which there's a lot of it. Noted by all the plaques everywhere.
But unfortunately, I think you said the mansion is not open to the public.
No, it's
But
not.
you can still learn about the architecture and all of its significance and so on.
And how do you read about the architecture?
Those plaques.
Are they from the
I
plaques?
love me some plaques with some history on them. Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the next spot?
So that brings us, babe, the next spot, number 4, and that is the Castillo San Cristobal
The other fort.
This was the first fort that we did in our rotation.
This fort is massive. It is super, super cool. And it in our history, it played a crucial part in protecting San Juan from all the various threats that were coming in from all the different places in the ocean. So, the views are amazing.
The views are breathtaking, right? Of the city and the sea. It's kind of 360. It's pretty awesome. You'll see that in some of the video. And they have underground tunnels and dungeons. In fact,
super cool.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But you should definitely not forget to take your camera because the views from the top,
epic.
They really are. I mean, Instagram worthy, as they say, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It's like I guess it's not 360 degree view, but it's a very wide expanse. It's awesome.
All right, babe, that brings us to number 5 of the things you have to do when you go into Old San Juan, Puerto Rico in a day. And that's the Capitol building. Certainly last but not least, right? We have the Capitol building, a stunning neoclassical structure, that big dome. It's awesome.
And what does the Capitol building house, my love?
It houses the Legislative Assembly of Puerto Rico, and it's an absolute landmark.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can't miss it when you're here on your trip. And the gardens are amazing. But what was really cool when we were here is that it was decorated for Christmas.
It has quite a lot of grandeur of the building. It's, big dome, but to have it decorated for Christmas was pretty sweet. To have it in red and green and so on.
It was awesome.
I mean, it's a symbol of Puerto Rico's self-governance and an architectural gem.
It really is. You can't not see it
Gorgeous.
when you come here. So make sure that you add it to your list of things to do.
So there you have it, folks. Our top 5 best things to do in Puerto Rico in Old San Juan.
All right. But if you want to check out some unique things, we have a video on that. The 5 most unique things to do in Puerto Rico. So check out that video.
Yeah, absolutely, right? And so if you're planning a trip to this Caribbean gem that is Puerto Rico, make sure to check out these fantastic attractions. Check out the various videos that we have because we did move around the island. There's some really cool stuff in our other videos.
And be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. All right, guys, until next time, happy travel.
That's right. We're going to give you travel guides and tips from around the world. So happy travels.